Welcome to stage number 3 of the Tour de Argon. We are going to be doing a hilly stage here from Granollers to Les Angles. They are going to have to deal with some undulating terrain. The Tour de Argon has definitely proved to be exciting so far. It is the most prestigious marble race in all the land. Marble stage race, I should say. EF Education Easy Post currently holds the yellow jersey by 12 seconds over nearest rival UAE Team Emirates, and they are definitely going to be looking to try to maintain that in today's stage. UAE, the current second place marble, is the holder of the green jersey, technically tied with EF, but because EF is wearing yellow, UAE gets to wear green. EF also leads the King of the Mountains, and UAE is in second, so Trek holds the polka dots, but that's more of a placeholder than anything, so I've heard in interviews they want to gain it outright today. Anyway, enough talk, it's time to race. We have our start randomizer here. Make sure that everyone has an equal opportunity on the start. And we are rolling through Granollers. Peterello has the lead, Movie Stars in second, Trek's in third, Total Energies in fourth, Ineos fifth, Jayco is in sixth as we climb the early foothills. This is a hilly stage, though some might consider it more of a medium mountain stage today. 3 Category 3 climbs and a Category 1 climb, all down at about one of those Category 3s does serve as a summit finish, as Total Energies trying to battle Peterello for the first place spot. Trying to get him on some undulation, so I think Peterello got the better bounce. They make it onto the Côte des Saints-Feliu de Codine. Not very steep, but it is a longer climb. They have 5 kilometers to go on it, 2 and 1 points awarded at the top. Those are likely to go to Peterello and Ineos. Yes, Peterello will get full King of the Mountain points. That's Total Energies chasing in third, with Trek, Movie Star, Two Door, Picnic, and several others chasing behind. So Peterello and Ineos both come in here with different perspectives. Peterello's more back of the pack. They're more competing for stage wins at this tour. But Ineos, they currently sit third at GC. They could hold to be a GC threat, or if not a green jersey threat, as they're currently third in that competition. Unable to get past Peterello for now. But this is the second longest stage in the tour, so they want to pace themselves, which I don't think Total Energies heard, because they try to get to the lead, but Ineos is going to get it right back from them. So Ineos, Total Energies, Peterello, Picnic, Movie Star, Two Door, Decathlon, and then the others. Looking back, the yellow jersey not doing very well. They currently sit 20th on the road. UAE, the green jersey, and nearest GC threat currently sits 14th. Ineos and Total Energies still battling for first. Now Picnic and Movie Star making themselves part of the fight. They could be challenging for a stage win today. Picnic's up to the top 3 for now, and they need it. They are currently last in GC, but they're losing some spots. Anyway, Total Energies getting a draft off of Ineos. They could be challenging for the lead, and they get it! A great move by Total Energies, and it slows Ineos down, brings Movie Star into second. And it's just goes to show you how the race could change just like that. Movie Star looks like got a better bounce, and now they're going to get back to the lead. Picnic and Peterello battling for the third place spot. That's Vismalisa bike challenging. It looks like they got overtaken by Decathlon, who puts themselves into the top 5. 130 kilometers to go. These marbles still have a lot of time, probably trying to pace themselves. That may be what those GC threats are doing, but they need to be positioned well for the Category 1 Col des Toes that is going to be on the road sooner than later. Anyway, Movie Star doing well on the foothills. Same cannot be said for Total Energies, at least to the same extent as Peterello was catching them, though I think that charge was short-lived. Picnic had a bad bounce, Peterello had a bad bounce, and that's going to be a big benefit for Decathlon. They currently sit 3rd. We're into the run into the intermediate sprint now. It's pretty technical, more technical than the last one. Last one had a bump, but this one has a bunch. Movie Star's gonna try to get full intermediate sprint points here. Decathlon might be trying for the second place point. 7, 5, 3, 2, 1, as has been the case for all intermediate sprints and all stage finishes. Not all stage finishes will be like that, but that has been coincidental so far. Anyway, Movie Star gets full points. Then Total Energies gets 5, Decathlon 3, Bora 2, Peterello 1. Bora had a big fight for 3rd against Decathlon. It looks like Decathlon is going to maintain their position for now as they run up the uncategorized climb that I think should have gotten a 4 or something, because it seems somewhat difficult for the marbles, but then they will be on the lower slopes of the Col des Toes. And Movie Star, that's a terrible bounce from Movie Star. Total Energies might be catching them, but they get blocked. They're trying to go on the inside. It's a drag race, but Movie Star keeps it. Now Decathlon's going for the lead, and it looks like... No, it's not quite going to be a lead for Decathlon. Movie Star got a good bounce there. So Movie Star, Decathlon, Total Energies on a breakaway as we're into the Col des Toes. The lower slopes aren't too bad on this climb, but the upper slopes, which you're about to see in your picture, have proven to be really challenging in the marbles through practice sessions. Especially once you're through a big stage and Decathlon trying to go for the lead. Decathlon to first. Movie Star, it looks like blocking Total Energies, and now those steep ascents come into frame. Total Energies trying for the second position. They don't quite get it. Peterello's currently 4th. Bora's currently 5th. Visma is currently 6th. And Decathlon starting to extend the lead over the pack. That could be big. This section caught out a lot of marbles in testing. We'll have to make sure everyone in the peloton is through cleanly, and it looks like they probably will be. So safe there. Decathlon summited the Col des Toes first. And now they are in prime position to potentially get a stage win as we descend from the first category climb. Decathlon not quite provisional polka dot leader. That currently still is EF Education Easy Post, but they very well could be, should they get points on those third category climbs. Movie Star and Total Energies battling for second position. Total Energies, it looks like, got it. As Visma drag racing with Bora, it looks like Visma, benefactor of it all, they could be challenging Movie Star. Not quite for them. Total Energies just got a bad bounce. Their Movie Star got a bad bounce. Visma arguably got a bad bounce. Huden, Bora, Hansgrohe, they could be making their way into the fight for a stage win, and they might be battling for second. Total Energies was never regarded as a favorite for this stage. They just kind of stumbled on that position. But now they might be getting challenged by Bora, who they defend. Decathlon making their way towards the Col du Calvaire. A shallow climb, but a long one. That will prove to be interesting. Taking a look back now, our yellow and green jerseys fighting for a lower position. Judging by how this is going, I'm not sure if EF is going to keep their yellow jersey for the day. Decathlon has about 9.5 kilometers to go on the Col du Calvaire. And I think that Total Energies might just be slightly faster on this ascent so far. 30 kilometers to go. And now's the time that you wonder, have the marbles been conserving their energy, or did they expend too much of it early? Decathlon, I think they're going to summit the Col du Calvaire first, which means they are provisional polka dots, unless Total Energies beat them over the King of the Mountain Sprint, which they don't, but they might be beating them on the descent. Decathlon has a slight advantage. But Total Energies made a good line. Total Energies into the lead of the stage. And Bora Hansgrohe is chasing for second. Decathlon could not put up a good enough defense there. 15 kilometers to go for Total Energies. They're going to have to survive a summit finish, which will definitely be a leg zapper after this difficult stage. This difficult log stage. And now Decathlon might be at risk of losing third to Movie Star. I think that Total Energies, they have enough gap unless Movie Star's big challenge works out for them, but it looks like they go slow up the lower slopes so far categorized to the Côte des Angles, the final climb of the day. Total Energies, 1.7 kilometers to go. Under the Flamme Rouge and over the finish line. Total Energies is your Stage 3 winner. Bora Hansgrohe managed to get second on the line. Decathlon third, Visma fourth, Movie Star fifth, UAE currently in sixth. We'll have to see how the yellow jersey timings work out. Whether that will be beneficial to UAE, whether they might be in yellow for the next stage. So calculations are going to need to happen here as the final marbles come through, and we're just making sure we aren't missing any. No, we're going to get 23 finishers. They're all going to be under the rather generous time cut for this stage. Jaco pulling up the rear. But now we calculate to see how the jerseys work out. So, the standings have gotten a shake-up. EF Education Easy Post still holds the yellow jersey, still going to wear it for tomorrow. But Total Energy, Bora Hansgrohe, and UAE are now within 3.5 seconds each of EF Education Easy Post. So they are going to have their work cut out for them in future stages to maintain that yellow jersey. Now looking at our green jersey standings, Total Energies, UAE, and EF are all tied at the top of the green jersey standings, but due to the reward of recency, Total Energies will have the honor of wearing the green jersey in the next stage. Finally, the King of the Mountains jersey, Decathlon, with their efforts throughout the stage, have won the polka dots over EF, but Total Energies and Movie Star are all still in the fight for that jersey. Among many others, there's still horse category climbs to come. So, we thank you for watching Stage 3. We hope to see you next time, whatever that next time may be, for Stage number 4.